As the world marks International Day for Cerebral Palsy, Josephine Kamene joins me to share her story, the challenges she's had to endure, and her triumphs. Karibu sana, unaendeleaje?
Asante sana, niko poa. Yeah.
Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Josephine Kamene. I'm a Nguvu Change Leader. Nguvu is an organization that supports persons from marginalized communities to bring change into their communities. I was born with a condition known as cerebral palsy, and I always say that this is not a disease, it's just a condition which has no cure. Yeah.
Can you briefly take us back and share your experience with this condition?
I am the firstborn in a family of 4, and when I was born, my mom did not know much about cerebral palsy, and as you know, I was born back in the village. And now you see, having our first child, and here she comes with a special condition that you are not aware of. And so it was, for her, I think, if I imagine, I think first of all, she was shocked. But for me, I didn't know that I was different from any other kid, because I just joined, in quotes, a regular school, whereby I interacted with people who had no disabilities, until when a friend of my mom told her that there is a specific school that can cater for me and my needs. And that is when she took me to Joyton, whereby it's a special school. And there I encountered so many people with different disabilities, and those who are even worse than I was. Then I remember my mom telling me, well, after seeing the others. Yeah.
And today you're this outspoken person that advocates for people with your condition. What are some of the challenges you had actually to overcome to get to where you are today?
One of the major challenges that as a person with cerebral palsy I had to overcome is the perception of what will people say. And again, how people perceive me, because that is not important to me, how people think or perceive me. What is really important is, what do I see in me? What do I want to achieve in this life? And when I look at myself, what do I see? For me, that really has really boosted my confidence and my urge to advocate for other people with cerebral palsy rights, because you see, most of the people think that this is a disease and it is contagious, whereby people will prevent their children from playing with you, interacting with you, and they will not also give you opportunities in the community. They will not allow you to socialize like any other person. So the most important thing that has really impacted me is the self-esteem that I have, the self-acceptance, the love that I have, and the love that I grew up being shown in the family. Yeah.
And you've mentioned some of the misconceptions that people have when it comes to this condition. What are some of the limitations that you get, not from yourself, but from other people?
Most of the times you will find that when trying to access some of the facilities or the services, it becomes really difficult because of the stigma, the discrimination, and the perception that people have towards this condition. Like, for example, when trying to access healthcare facilities, you find that it is difficult because you see people tend to think, even if you go to the hospital, you cannot express what you want. And again, more so when trying to seek for sexual reproductive health care, there comes with so many negativities, perception, stigma. You must go somewhere and maybe you are looking for a contraceptive. Let's say I'm looking for a condom, and then somebody goes ahead and asks to see, Josephine, why do you need the condom? And they know very well what the purpose of a condom is. Why do they go ahead and ask me, why do I need it? You see, those are some of the perceptions. Then you go to a healthcare facility seeking for maybe clinic or maternal health care. you find that people, healthcare practitioners asking you, nani alikufanya hivi? You see those such of questions that are so weird to answer, and when you answer them collectively, these things that you are rude, but you are not rude. It's their perception that leads you to that.
And today, do you think the society is accessible, and what do you think needs to be done?
As per today, I cannot really say that the society has really accommodated persons with cerebral palsy. One being, we have this perception that if a person has cerebral palsy, they cannot express themselves. And again, you see, like if you want to start a family or get a child, people will doubt you, and people will have this. You know, there are also things that if I have cerebral palsy, when I give birth, I'll give birth to a child who looks like me or who has the same condition. So I think the society, we are trying, yes, but we are yet to get there. There is no awareness at all. We need to do a lot of awareness when it comes to cerebral palsy, to just do away with the societal perception towards this condition.
And as we mark this day, what kind of support do you think people with cerebral palsy need? And because you've even mentioned that accessing something as simple as healthcare and reproductive health services is quite a challenge. What kind of support do you need?
As we mark this World Cerebral Palsy Day, what I can urge is that, you know, cerebral palsy is not homogeneous. My needs differ from that other person who has the same condition. Like, you know, we have those who depend on medication day in, day out. We also have those who are on diapers 24/7. They need a caregiver 24/7. So if the government can just subdue these diapers and the medication to make it accessible and affordable to people with cerebral palsy who really need this. And this is not like a luxury. This is a necessity. It's a basic need. They need it day in, day out. So if they can think of maybe donating the diapers to them, or maybe giving them free medication and better services. Like you see, the government is offering free condoms. Sex is not a necessity. Sex is, you can do without sex maybe for a day or a week, but can you do without medication? You cannot do without medication, you cannot do without a diaper. So I think they should also think of a way, the way they provide free condoms in health facilities, that is public facilities. They should also think of donating free diapers, free medication for those who have those who converse, and also think of, you know, there are those who are on diets. They cannot eat any food like you are eating. Their food has to be blended, you know, that is an extra cost. So cerebral palsy is way too expensive, so the government is coming, and even if they will not maybe give them for free, they can think of a way of employing these caregivers so that they can afford to meet the needs of these children. Yeah.
And moving forward, and I need you to take this opportunity to actually educate Kenyans. What's that one thing that they need to know about your condition, just using your experience?
Today, what I'd like everyone to know out there, that, you know, cerebral palsy is just a condition. It's not a disease. It has no cure. That's a fact. It has no cure. So the best thing people can do out there, let's all embrace diversity and let's create an accommodative society for all, whereby people will not be judging people with cerebral palsy just because of their outlooks. Let us dig deep. Let us focus on the capabilities, the abilities, because we have a lot of hidden abilities within persons with cerebral palsy. I'll give you a good example. Like for me, you can just see me like someone who cannot do anything for herself, but given a very conducive and reasonable accommodation, I can do everything on my own. I do use my feet. Maybe cooking, maybe washing, and everything.
You can do all that?
Yeah, I can do everything, but using my feet. The only thing is just that I do it in a different way, and I believe everyone is gifted differently. So what we need is just the opportunities and be accommodated reasonably, and we can just achieve and live a normal life like any other person. Yeah.
And Josephine, you do a lot of advocacy work. Do you think there's enough information out there, and what would you like to see in terms of change?
Through my advocacy journey, I can say that out there people are not really familiar with this condition, that we really need to do a lot of advocacy and awareness creation when it comes to cerebral palsy, because you see, among disability categories, cerebral palsy is one of the underrepresented groups among disability. And this is the reason as to why you find that most of the children are being hid by their parents, not know what to do, and not that the parents want to hide them. It's because of the barriers that the society creates for them. You find that maybe I'm a parent who has a child with cerebral palsy, and when I let him out, you just discriminate her. You tell your children, don't play with that kid. You will be like her, or you will be like him. So that will push me to hide my child. Not because that I want to hide him, it's just a way of protecting him. You see? So if the society can do away with the barriers and we create, we just create an enabling society, I think that this one will be a good place to live for everyone. And what I'd like to tell people out there, and also the parents who have children who have cerebral palsy, that don't feel ashamed of that child. Let him or her socialize, let him come out, let him go to school, let him just play like any other child, accord him duties like any other child, provided it is within their abilities. Let them just do any work that they can do to just assist themselves. Usimbebeleze sana ati ni kama yao nakaeka kwa nyumba. No, just give them opportunities. Kama ni kanisa, let them go to church, let them go to school, let them play with other children. You know, because when you keep on hiding them, you are not doing any justice to them. Let them just come out, share with others whatever they want to share. By that they will grow, and their self-esteem will be so high that nobody will tell them anything. And to all persons with cerebral palsy out there, just remember this: you are the best version of yourself. And what I can tell you today is that you really matter, and you know there is that one thing that you only can do it, and without you the world cannot be the same. So just embrace yourself, be you, and let the world adjust. And again, to people who have no cerebral palsy, and to our people in the society, let us embrace diversity. Cerebral palsy is here to stay. We are not going anywhere. You have to live with us, and you have to embrace us as we are.
Wow, that's really powerful. And you finalize with saying, let us embrace diversity.
Yes.
Quite beautiful. I am really proud of how far you've come. I'm really proud of how you refuse to be limited by this condition. Yeah. And you're going out there to be a champion, to create awareness, and to represent people who are going through similar experience like you. So thank you for that as we celebrate this day.
Thank you too.